must end. I am doom.
And the wings spreading out. Clean. Okay, what does he do? What does he do? Yo, what is up, Legends? Davidic here. It is reveal season once again, and this time around, we've got AATROX, the world ender. Yes, the ender of worlds himself. I am very excited for this champion. He's awesome in League of Legends, especially when watching competitive gameplay. So let's see what he will be like in LOR. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I remember this place and the endless blood.
All right. And we got the pentakill music. Of course, he is an origin. He is a Runeterra champion, and his origin is the world ender. You may put any non-champion card, any non-champion Darkin into your deck during deck building. Once you've played or summoned 3+ different other Darkin, draw AATROX. Very similar to Kane, this mechanic of auto drawing from your deck is extremely powerful. It takes consistency to a brand new level. Let's say you're playing something like a Nivea control and then your 3 Niveas are at the bottom of the deck. You're not going to lose, but with AATROX, you do not need to worry about that. All right, let's see what he does. 6 cost. Auto equip the Darkened Blade. When I'm summoned or strike, heal your Nexus 2 and create a World Ender in hand if you don't have one. So we're going to have to see if the World Ender is a spell, if it's a unit. I imagine it's a spell. Maybe it's an equipment, but I would think a spell. The artwork right now is super sick. It's giving me a lot of Devil May Cry vibes. I played that game a lot, but let's see. Okay, 13 mana spell. All right, I'll stop pausing. I'm just gonna let it go.
We used weapons of war, then became them. Not even realms.
That spell is just he's spamming that spell. I can see the World Ender decreasing in costs. Darkened Blade. Ooh, regeneration on the equipment. Interesting. All right, I gotta pause for this. Reduce my cost for 1 for each time an equipped or darkened ally has struck this game. Assimilate allies equipped with Darken. Assimilate is a brand new keyword. Transform allies equipped with Darken equipment into their Darken unit forms. Whoa! If they are champions, they level up. Wow. That is so cool. That is so cool. I don't even know what to say.
All must end. I am doom.
Oh, snap.
We were never
Oh,
fated to
snap.
bow. No, Pantheon. You were fated to die.
Yo, that was epic. Let's rewatch that. Always got to replay the level up animation. That is one of my favorite things about this game. I love the level up animations.
All must end. I am doom.
And the wings spreading out. Clean. Okay, what does he do? Darken allies cost 5 less. When I'm summoned or strike, heal your Nexus 2, and he goes to a 9/9. And he gets the Overwhelm. Does his original form have Overwhelm? I'll find out later. But I don't know how they're going to top this with the other champions. I'm going to say that right now. I don't know how they're going to top that with the other champions of the expansion.
No, Pantheon. You were fated to die. Destroy everything! Pray, fool! Apocalypse comes!
Jeez.
Yes! Oblivion!
Oh, man. Oh, boy. This is sick. That's the best word I can describe, is that this is sick. Okay, so let's just do a final recap of the new cards that are coming out. Again, his origin is the World Ender, which allows you to put any non-champion Darkin into your deck during deck building. So, seems pretty good. The Darkin Blade, I like that it's got the regeneration on the blade rather than on AATROX. That's a nice little, it's a nice little change that allows you to use the Darkened Blade. Like, let's say they Vengeance your AATROX or Concerted Strike your AATROX, remove your AATROX. It's nice that the regeneration is attached to the Darkened Blade. So I definitely like that. Then we've got himself, 6 mana, 5/5, decent stats, and him being able to heal your Nexus 2 and create World Ender. I think as more and more of these healing your Nexus effects are introduced into the game, aggro just kind of gets pushed down. I'm a fan of aggro. I'm a fan of just burn aggro, summon 3/1 drops on turn 2, attack for 6+ damage, and then finish them off with a decimate. I've always been a fan of that playstyle, but it seems I can see how it can turn a lot of people off from the game. Okay, so the World Ender. Reduce my cost for 1 by 1 for each time an equipped or darkened ally has struck this game. Assimilate allies equipped with darken. I love this spell. It's a very interesting way to level up AATROX. AATROX has a very unique level condition. It can be stopped by deny, but we're going to have to see where Ionia is after the other cards come out. So I can see that being a glaring weakness. If Ionia is very strong in the meta, you always got to watch out for Ionia. And then when he levels up, he becomes the 9/9 Overwhelm monster. And he's got a very similar effect to Nautilus, where darkened allies cost 5 less. So this is all pretty nice. So his champion spell is Deathbringer Sweep. AATROX and an enemy strike each other. Create a Deathbringer slash in hand. So we have a hybrid of single combat as well as Noxian Guillotine. That seems pretty good. He is a 5/5. And there's no way to grow his stats when he's in his level 1 form. But when you get level 2 form and you draw a second AATROX, this is a good spell. This is a great champion spell. It is a great champion spell. You're gonna pretty often have 2 AATROX in hand because of the origin effect where you automatically draw AATROX. So it's gonna be way more likely that you get his champ spell, and even if it's a 3 mana single combat, you are good to go. All right, Deathbringer slash AATROX and an enemy strike each other. Create a Deathbringer slash Deathbringer Descent in hand. Clearly my tongue is not working. Apologies. And then AATROX and an enemy strike each other. And all this time, you're getting 2 Nexus health restored, and you're bringing the World Ender down in cost. This is so awesome. And it's got like his Q1, Q2, and then Q3. They've really outdone themselves. The devs have really outdone themselves with this champion. Okay, so we've got the Darkened Spear. Freljord, equipment, attack. Grant the top 2 allies in your deck +1/+1. And just like every Darken, you can pay a cost to summon it as a unit. So let's see what Anakka does. Not sure how to pronounce that. Attack from the top 6 cards of your deck. Summon an attacking follower or non-champion Darken and grant it +1/+1. Summon an attacking non-follower or non-champion Darken and grant it +1/+1. I'm very curious to see how that actually works mechanically, because I can see one scenario where it's just like a 50-50. That we're gonna have to see how this actually plays out in game, but I think the darkened form of this weapon of the Darkened Spear is not very strong. I would say it's on the weaker side, but the equipment part of this, every time you attack, you grant 2 allies +1/+1. So that's +2/+2 worth of stats, and it only costs 2 mana. Darkened Spear as a equipment is incredibly powerful, and I love when Freljord is strong. Freljord is one of my favorite regions. And that's going to wrap up my live reaction. I am incredibly impressed and excited to play with AATROX. And that's all I got to say. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. But above all, stay legendary.